Adonai Elohim, Elohim Merochasecha, Elohim Merochasecha, Aneni be'emet yishecha, Mishkenatecha Yisrael, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenatecha Yisrael, Mishkenatecha Yisrael. We officially turn our bima over to our Bat Mitzvah Hannah as we begin on page 173.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom, you have made our bodies, combining veins, arteries, and vital organs into a finely balanced network. Wondrous maker and sustainer of life. For one of them to fail, how well we are aware. We would lack the strength to sustain life before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of our health and strength. Baruch atah Adonai, lofei hol basar umafli va'asar.
Elohim Shama Shenatata B'Tehorahi, Elohim Shama Shenatata B'Tehorahi, Elohim Shama Shenatata
We chant responsively. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan l'sech b'dina v'havim ben yom u'v'layla.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokei ha'ivrim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir ha'asurim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokeh kefufim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rocha ha'aretz hamayim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamekim nitzavei kaver.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish aramim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten le'ayat koach.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hama'avir shenai me'enai v'numa me'afapai.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'horim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael b'gevurah.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifarah.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Adonai our God, make the words of your Torah sweet to us. and to the house of Israel, your people, that we and our children may be lovers of your name and students of your Torah. We praise you, O God, teacher of Torah to our people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai hamla'ed Torah la'amo Yisrael. Elu davarim she'ein lahem shi'ur she'adam ochel pilotehem ba'olam hazeh v'keren kayemet lo le'olam haba de'eluhi kibud avain ugmilu hasadim v'hashkama v'hamira shama ve'ardi v'hachnasa orvim u'nikur holim v'hachnasa kala u'le'anim tefillah v'ha'avat shalom ben adam le'havero v'talmud Torah keneged ulam. We read the English together. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. We continue on page 183. We chant responsibly. Baruch She'amar V'hayaholam. Baruch Oseh Bereshit.
Baruch Omer Ve'oseh.
Baruch Gozer Umekayem.
Baruch Merachem al haaretz.
Baruch Merahem Ahariot.
Baruch Meshalem Schafer Tov Lereav.
Baruch Haila'ad V'chayam LaNetzach.
Baruch Hodeh U'Matzil. Baruch Shemo.
We continue on page 188.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
for the honor of opening the ark doors, Hannah's cousins Abasi and Ivan. We turn to page 194. Please rise.
Yikada veikada shme rabba.
Amen.
Ba'aman divrach yirte v'amich machute. Behaye honu yom mehon. Uhaye deho be'Yisrael. Ba'agala ba'agala. Uvizman kari. Ve'imeru amen. Yehe shme rabba mevora. Le'olam Yipara vishtabak vipar viproman vitnase vihadar viale vihala shmedu kuchabru le'ela min kover hata vishir hata tush behata v'nehemata da'amiran be'ama ve'imeru amen.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Adonai HaMevorach le'olam.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Yotzer or uvre hoseh, Oseh shalom uvre ehakol. Hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha berahamim, U'tavo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid. Ma'aseh berechi. Marabu mahasecha Adonai, Kulam behoma asita, Malach ha'aretz kinarecha. Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu asherach ma'aseh yadecha. Ba'al moreh or she'asita, Yefora selah. Or harash al tzion tagir, v'nixeh hulanu mi'irei l'ora. Baruch atah Adonai, yitzer homorot. We continue on page 199 and read responsively. O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear. In every land and every age, your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity.
We give
Thanks to the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel, and joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life we would turn to you and find purpose.
May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai, haboher ba'amo Yisrael ba'ahava. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto le'olam va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, be'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha. V'hayu hadavarim ha'ele, asher anohi mitzavecha, hayom ba'levavecha, v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'lachtecha ba'derech, u'shoftecha u'kumecha, u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha, ve'yu tetafot b'neinecha, u'kshavtam amezezo beitecha, u'visharecha. Lema'an tizkeru v'yitzirtem epol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim lehem. Ani Adonai Elohem asher hozeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim le'yot lahem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohem. We continue on page 203. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles in earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, for soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Please rise for the Amidah. Adonai sefatai tiftahu fi yagita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu Gimotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Bekoneh Hakol, Bezoher Hasdei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Geula, Livnei B'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umahu, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mehaye Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatah, Mechakel Hayim Behesed, Mehaye Hakol Berahamim Ravim, Somech Noflim Berohe Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishnei Afar, Mihamo Haba Gevuro, Umito Melach, Melech Memit, Umechaye, Umatzmiya Yeshua, V'ne'amanata le'yohakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mahei Hakol.
מקדש את שמך בעולם, שם שמקדישים בו טוב בשמם, ככתוב על יד נביאיך, וקרא זה וזה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ, כבודו, אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
We have now come to the centerpiece of our Shabbat morning worship together, the leading and reading and teaching of Torah by our Bat Mitzvah Hannah. If you would like to follow along with her Torah reading this morning, there is a pamphlet that hopefully you have that you can follow along in. It'll also share with you a little bit about all the amazing work Hannah has done as part of her Hannah's Chesed, Hannah's Acts of Loving Kindness projects that she's been participating in over the course of the past year. For the honor of passing the Torah, or for the celebration of passing the Torah from one generation to the next generation, Lador Vador, I invite to the bima at this point Elsie Johnson, Hannah's grandmother, Tarece Johnson, and Gerald Hassel, Hannah's parents. I invite you to please rise as we continue with our liturgy and turn to page 244.
אין כמוך באלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך, מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום, אהבה רחמים, היטיבה בצונך את ציון, תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים, כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך אל רם ונישא, אדון עולמי. We are gifts, we are blessing, we are history in song. We are hope, we are healing, we are learning to be strong. We are words and we are stories, we are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד.
Please be seated. So as I mentioned earlier, this Shabbat morning we're going to be reading Parshat Achremot in the book of Leviticus. Hannah is going to be reading verses 1 through 9. For the honor of the first Aliyah, I am called to the Bima family friend Lamar Walker.
יעמוד עלייה ראשונה,
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed. Amen.
Amen. Ve'daber Adonai el Moshe aharei lo shnei bnei Aharon v'chovatam lifnei Adonai v'yamutu. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe daber Aharon ahicha ve'aravo b'cho'et hakodesh midei laharachet al penei hakaporet asher Aharon ולא ימות כי בענן יראה הקורא. וזאת יבוא אהרון אל הקודש בפן ובקר והתת
ועין
לעולם.
לעולם. Amen.
For the honor of the second Aliyah, I invite proud mother Tarece Johnson.
העמוד העלייה שני,
ברוך אתה אדוני המבורך.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarak Le'olam Vayed. Baruch Adonai Hambarak Le'olam Vayed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bashavanu Mekol Ha'ayim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Abasara, Ubabne Bat, Yahor, Ubizepet Bat, Itna, Ide Kodesh Hem, Berahat, Bamai, Ebesaro, Ubesha, Ume Adat, Bine Yisrael, Yikha, Shnesi Reizim, Batat Belahad, Melah, Behi Kriv, Aharo, Et Pahatat, Asherah, Behi Per Ba'ado, Ubad Beito.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nota boteinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
For our final aliyah, for this moment of transformation, we call Hannah to the Torah with a very new title, freshly minted title. We say Ta'amo, Ta'amo, Ta'amo. Hannah bat Gerald v'Hadassah Bat Mitzvah.
Baruch Adonai Hambaruch,
Baruch Adonai Hameram Ve'elam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambaruch Ve'elam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'harbani kohanim v'natan lanu et Torah, Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Belakah et shnei hasirim, v'hini otam mipnei Adonai, petach okel melech. V'natan Aharon el shnei hasirim goralot, gora ehad l'Adonai, v'gora ehad l'Azazel. Vehi kriv Aharon hasair asher ala alai, hagora l'Adonai v'sahu hatat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam natan b'tahinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Beautiful, beautiful job.
So beautifully chanted Torah portion. She is going to explain to us in her Devar Torah, her words of Torah, what exactly it is that she chanted and what the significance is to her in her life.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Becoming a Bat Mitzvah is a big deal and responsibility. To me, becoming a Bat Mitzvah is another milestone in a Jewish girl's life, which finally means I'm a Jewish woman. It is also important for me to stand here to represent and celebrate the multiculturalism of our Jewish people. The Temple Sinai community is an inclusive and welcoming community that has supported my journey on becoming a Bat Mitzvah. The name of my Torah portion is Aharei Mot. Aharei Mot means after the death, and comes from the book of Leviticus, chapter 16 to 18, verse 30. This Torah portion is usually read in April or early May. In my Torah portion, the specific part I am chanting is about God speaking to Moses after his brother Aaron's 2 sons died. God told Aaron to tell Moses the laws of atonement, or how to rid himself, the altar, and all of Israel's sins. Aaron was told to bring 2 goats forward, one to be sacrificed to God, and the other to be sent off into the wilderness to a place known as Azazel. To me, learning about Azazel and the scapegoat was one really interesting part of my verses. The word Azazel is a word that only appears in my verses and nowhere else in text. God told Aaron to get 2 goats, one he-goat to be sacrificed to God, and the other to be sent to Azazel. This scapegoat that was slaughtered and sacrificed had its blood sprinkled in the holy tabernacle. The other live goat was brought forward, and Aaron placed his hands on the goat and symbolically transferred all of the sins of the community onto it before sending it off into the wilderness to Azazel. Why would someone want or need to engage in the scapegoat ritual? Well, in ancient times, there are 3 sins that a Jew must never commit, or else they would be sentenced to death. A Jew must not commit murder, have forbidden marriage, or worship idols. But there were a lot of other sins that people committed, and a scapegoat was a way for the people to have all of those other sins carried away from the community, effectively making them free. In our world today, we unfortunately know that the concept of a scapegoat is still common, often with harmful treatment towards them. Too many times, people who are marginalized, Jews, black and brown people, indigenous people, Latinx, immigrants, Muslims, and others, are blamed or scapegoated for problems in society, and often end up suffering at the hands of others. The Charlottesville, Virginia white supremacy attack, the Mother Emanuel Church in Charleston, the Tree of Life Synagogue, Muslims killed in New Zealand, and most recently, the bombing of a Christian church in Sri Lanka and shooting in Chabad Poway in California are all examples of modern-day scapegoating. History has a timeline of scapegoating. Scapegoating is very similar to systemic racism. Systemic racism is racial bigotry from economic and political structures that make black and brown people have a harder time to equitably participate. Hateful people want to put their loathing attitudes and beliefs onto people who have not done anything wrong. Today, white supremacy has again reared its ugly head, and hate is more emboldened. People tend to hate because they do not understand others who are different from them. They create false narratives and use them as scapegoats. Some people are afraid of change and fear what they do not know, so they terrorize, oppress, and blame others, thus treating them as scapegoats. Being a scapegoat today also translates to injustice. When someone is innocent and they go to jail or suffer because they are blamed for something they did not do, they too are scapegoated. When black people are terrorized for living their daily lives, when buildings burn like the historically black churches in St. Laurent Park in Louisiana, and massacres occur in places of worship, like the historical Emanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church, we are reminded of an evil that must be quenched. When indigenous communities continue to suffer and are forgotten, they are treated unjustly. When our Jewish community is blamed for societal ills and hated because of our values, we are unjustly scapegoated. Racism and anti-Semitism are rooted in white supremacy. We recently recognized Yom HaShoah, a day of remembrance of the 6 million Jews killed in the Holocaust, but we also know a total of 11 million humans were scapegoated because of hate. To end these forms of hate, we must join together with people who are different from us, so we can effectively fight the same hate that impacts us all. Scapegoating is nothing less than a sign of hate. What can we do? We can start off by not being guilty of scapegoating others ourselves, not jumping to conclusions about others, and checking our own biases. We can become more self-aware and mindful of thoughts and actions we make. We can learn more about other cultures, religions, ethnic backgrounds, and sexual lifestyles, because no one is the same. We are all different, and we need to acknowledge our differences. But at the same time, we all come from the same planet, we all have hearts, emotions, voices, and all of us are human. We all bleed the same color blood, and we should go beyond tolerating to celebrating one another. This past year, I studied my Torah portion and prepared for this day. I participated in special Torah study every month to learn more about the Torah. I attended Shabbat services and read an essay about becoming a Bat Mitzvah and evaluated it. For my Bat Mitzvah project, I started a group called Hannah's Hesed. In Hannah's Hesed, every month, some family members and our friends and I volunteer and partner with different organizations, including Hug Life Cares, food drives, food banks, clothing drives, volunteering at nursing homes, or even just doing daily acts of kindness, like cooking meals for families and friends, helping someone at the grocery store, and even paying for someone's groceries. As part of Hannah's Hesed, I have done a speech at the Take a Knee for Justice rally, protested for Black Lives with the Alliance for Black Lives, helped with voting drives with the NAACP, marched and presented at March on Georgia, and worked with the Global Purpose Approach on Jewish diversity and other issues related to inclusion and equity. I will continue to fight for justice, so no one will have to be scapegoated. I will always fight to make sure blaming and hate stop. This past year has been a learning journey for me, and I will continue to do Hannah's Hesed. Perhaps by doing these acts of kindness or Hesed and social justice advocacy, They could help to educate others to do something kind and fight for the freedoms of all humanity. I would like to thank everyone who made this special day possible. I want to thank my mom for everything she does for me. She sacrifices a lot for me. I would like to thank my dad for supporting me throughout my life. I would like to thank Cantor, Beth, Rabbi Sam, Marnie, Rabbi Ron, and Rabbi Brad for helping me learn everything I need to know to prepare for this day. I would also like to thank the Temple Sinai and Epstein School communities for helping me to evolve in my Jewish life. Thank you, Grandmama and Auntie Shasha, for helping me throughout my life and working so hard to make this special day possible. I want to thank my family and friends who traveled here today to celebrate and take part in my Bat Mitzvah. Finally, I would like to thank my ancestors and those who fought for equality and human rights. I thank those who continue to sacrifice and fight to end scapegoating around the world. May we all be free together in peace and love. Thank you and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. What a pertinent and apt message for the Shabbat morning. Now I'm going to invite Dad and Mom to offer words of love and Torah to Hannah.
Wow. It's not often that a father gets a chance to be in awe of his daughter. I've been very proud of you, and now I'm in awe of you. You're just truly amazing. I mean, at the age of 13, I was looking at Godzilla versus Mothra, and you're up here giving dynamic speeches, and I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you and my son, Nile. A father has a lot of roles in the life of his daughter: protector, provider, teacher. But one of the roles that a father has is to be an observer. And over the 13 years that you've been alive, I've observed you because it's important for a parent to see the essence and the spirit of his child. And over these 13 years, what I have observed is that you are a caring, passionate, loving, dynamic young lady. You have so many great qualities and strengths. And all of those things are going to be very important because the next 13 years are going to be challenging, higher expectations. And so, on this journey, you are going to encounter what is called gatekeepers. Every adult in the sanctuary has encountered the gatekeepers. They are the ones who seek to deny you access to opportunity, deny you access to your hopes and dreams. But when you encounter them, don't take it personally. They are just there to test you. When you come to the gate, what you say to them is not as important as what you say about yourself. And what you say about yourself is that I am prepared, I have done the work, I am dynamic, I am strong and unstoppable. And they will see your strength, they will see your essence, and you will go through the gate of opportunity. But as you go through the gate, know that you are not alone. You have the love of your parents, the love of your family, a dynamic community, and you have the power of your ancestors with you. And so always know that you are never alone. And all of the success that you achieve is nothing in comparison to the love that you have, the admiration and the respect, and now the awe of your father. Always cherish that and pay it forward. And I love you and adore you.
In this moment, you moved inside of me and touched my heart. The Almighty shows me in my dreams and visions the powerful person you are. When you came into this world, I gazed into your eyes, and in this moment, I knew. When you were my brown sugar baby, during the evenings you would get colicky, so I would walk around the room to soothe you. You became quiet as I sang a song to you. In this moment, I knew. You held my face when I was in a wheelchair before my knee surgery. You wrapped your little arms around my neck, and you told me that everything was going to be okay. You felt my fears, and you comforted me. In this moment, I knew. In all of the moments of I knew, this is another moment. As I experience your Bat Mitzvah, I can say, in this very moment, I know. I just know you will make a difference. I know that you will make your ancestors proud. I know you will live and you will do great things, and I will always live in you. As you grow in your spiritual journey, as you walk this path, love yourself. Hannah, I respect your voice. I value your honesty, and I try my very best to really listen. I try my best to allow you to become your own woman, even though it is so hard for me to release you. I feel you. When you give me the honor to care for and love you, when you have the courage to speak up and out, even you teach me. I knew then and I know now that you will go forth in this world and stand in your power. I knew then and I know now that your journey will be a journey that is of a strong and resilient woman who embodies the spirit of love and peace. Lador, Lador, go forth, my child, and transform the world. I know you will make this world a better place for all of us, for all of humanity. I just know. In this moment, I know. I love you.
So powerful words of faith and love, and with faith in our hearts and love in our minds, we think of people in our lives who need prayers for healing. Community this morning here in the presence of our sacred Torah is praying for Bernita Sladden, Hossein Andikbar, and Beverly Wills. If you're praying for someone this Shabbat morning who you would like to say their name aloud, I invite you to do so at this point. Baruch atah Adonai, v'tzeh ha'olim. Blessed are you, God, who heals and gives strength to the sick. Now going to invite for grandmother Elsie Johnson to offer a prayer for our country. On page 258, you can join Cantor Beth over on the lectern over here. I invite you to please rise. I also invite Taina and Sarah Faria to join me at this lectern along with Rabbi Brad Levenberg for the honor of Hava and Galila, page 258.
us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideas. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. ישראל, ישראל, לאורייתא אנו, ישראל, ישראל, לאורייתא אנו. Torah, 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 hallelujah. Torah, 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 hallelujah. Torah, 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 hallelujah. Torah, 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 hallelujah.
Seated. I now invite incredible member of our Temple Sinai Board of Trustees, Heather Wiener, to present Hannah with some gifts this Shabbat morning in honor of her Bat Mitzvah.
I'm so grateful for the opportunity to meet you this morning. And it was wonderful to watch you become a Bat Mitzvah. So on behalf of Temple Sinai's Board of Trustees, I have some things to offer you. A certificate of Bat Mitzvah includes a date and a Torah portion, a $250 gift certificate for community travel to Israel with the North American Federation of Jewish Students and Leaders, a $500 gift certificate to Alexander Moss High School in Israel, a $30 gift certificate to attend Temple Sinai 6, 7, 8 event at our synagogue in Trief, and a $500 per year toward the tuition of the daughter school. And this is the Kiddush cup from Temple Sinai. Congratulations on your visit. You're just wonderful.
Thank you so much. Now, Rabbi Levenberg is going to offer blessing to Hannah at the art.
I was thinking back as we began our service today. I was thinking back to one of the first times that our paths crossed, and this was your early days of when you and your mom and your brother kind of found your way to Temple Sinai. We had this really lovely conversation in my office, and your mom really wanted me to be able to meet you and get to know you and get to hear your perspective about a few things. And true to her and her relationship with you, she talked for like an hour. And I saw you so beautifully polite, sitting there and listening. And at one point, she showed me this this sort of virtual scrapbook of all of these wonderful Jewish experiences that you have had throughout your entire life. I distinctly recall asking you which of all the experiences really stands out to you. Do you remember what you said? So I don't know if the answer will have changed from that point to now. But what really stood out to you was holiday observances at home. You mentioned candle lighting, you mentioned Hanukkah, the stuff that you were doing at home. And I asked why, and you said, because I'm with my family. It is beautiful and wonderful to see how you have assembled your family, both your family of birth, your family of choice through the Epstein School, all together here today to be able to be part of, well, really where you are on your journey. Now, I like to say that that at this point, you are on your way to becoming somebody really phenomenal, really amazing. That's not to say that you're not already really phenomenal and really amazing, but you are not yet who you are destined to become. You're on that path. And today, we've been able to celebrate the confluence, the convergence, the merger of all of these different parts of what make you so amazingly you. We've been able to celebrate both your ethnic and gender identity. We've been able to celebrate the fact that you have really brought together people who have been really important in your life since you've been born, or really since before you were born. As well as the people that you had just met over the last few years, your kind of support team. You've been able to bring together your passion for justice and to be able to see where you are and your Jewish journey and how your Jewish identity is playing out in all of these different things. So you are all of these different things all rolled into this incredible package. And you could work to separate all of those different things and try to find how each of their voices are ultimately unique. And I think that would be a perfectly lovely thing to be able to commit as a passion project. But that also doesn't seem like you. It seems like for you, you are the person who's not going to let these things populate different parts of your you-ness, but rather you're going to work to make sure that they all concentrically overlap. Behind me on the wall is a phrase in Hebrew. It's Chaim hi lamacha zikiba v'tomchecha me'isha. Darchecha darchenu an v'tikotenu shalom. This phrase from Proverbs that the Torah is a tree of life to all who cling to it, and all its paths are meant to be peaceful paths. And you know that in Torah, there's plenty of opportunity that we can see to distance ourselves from others and to really ways of interpreting the text to justify kind of putting other people down in separation. The words on the back wall and the words in your speech provide this wonderful insight into how you see Jewish tradition. That it is meant to bring us together. It's meant to not separate us, but to rather draw us closer. And as you continue to find your voice, as you become the person you are destined to become, it's wonderful to know that all of these different things will converge. They will all be the way that you see your way in the world. It's going to be a way of beauty, a way of intelligence, a way of authenticity, and more importantly than anything else, a way of peace. It's a wonderful joy to be able to share this table with you. I'm going to invite Rabbi Sam and Cantor Beth to come forward at this time, and all of us channeling as well the words of Rabbi Ron, will be able to offer these blessings, this word to you.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you, Hannah, and may God keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav Adonai panav elecha, v'yasem lecha shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom.
May you feel God's presence within you always. May you find eternal peace. May you know comfort and goodness all the days of your life. Invite the community to please rise as we turn to page 282 for Words of Elenu. I also invite forward our 256th. I also invite forward to return the torch of the ark, and I invite forward Talisha, Eliana, Osias, Ivan, and Abasi to please help us with this honor.
Yehalalu et Shem Adonai, ki nizkar shemo levado. Hodo al eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren le'amo. Tehila lechor hasidav, libnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. It's Hayim Lamahazikim Ba Betoncheha Meushar Beracheha Darchei Noam Bechon Tivoteha Shalom. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva. Hadesh, Hadesh Yameinu, Hadesh Yameinu Kekedem.
Now turn to page 282 for Words of Elenu.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושלינת עוזו בגובי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו עליון. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
So much. I invite you to please be seated. At this point in our service, we remember loved ones who are no longer with us. The Temple Sinai family is in a period of Shiva. In the past 7 days of the passing of Lawrence Aronoff, grandfather of Rachel Act, Lena Kaufman Fogel, grandmother of Corey Fogel, Damon Fogel, Deborah Shaw, mother-in-law of Brigitte Fogel, Patricia Long, stepmother of Billy Unell and grandmother of Tarece and Sarah Unell, Eugene Schoenfeld, grandfather of Aaron Meyerson, Hilary Slavin, husband of Maria Pico Slavin and father of Lauren Ishii. We're in a period of Shloshim in the last 30 days, or they passed away within the last 30 days. We're mourning the loss of Jerry Drucker, Bob Freeman, Barbara Lippman, Charlotte Marcus, Zelda Spray, and Mary Steinberg. If you are mourning the loss of a loved one or holding somebody in your heart this Shabbat morning who's no longer with us, I invite you to share their name allowed with the community to choose to do so. We turn to page 294 and all rise as we say words of mourner's Kaddish together. Yikadar v'yikadash shmei Rabbi ve'alma dibra hirte v'yamlich mahute v'chayahon u'yomehon u'chayeh b'chol beit Yisrael v'agala lizman kariv v'imru amen Yehei shmei Rabbi mevarach le'olam omei omaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei b'kudashav b'richu La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tishbachata v'nehemata Tamiran ve'alma v'yimru amen Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen Oseh shalom v'mrama Hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen V'fanam libracha May their memories always be for a blessing. I now invite to the bima Tarece Johnson, proud mother, and Niall Hassel, proud brother, to help us with the honors of Kiddush and Motzi.
Vishameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם על כן ברך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. לחיים. Let's join in Hamotzi together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon simen tav u'mazel tav v'simen tav u'mazel tav v'simen tav u'mazel tav v'simen tav yehelanu ולכל ישראל יהילנו ולכל ישראל יהילנו ולכל ישראל יהילנו ולכל ישראל Shabbat Shalom.